welcome me to TJG Sports. Today we're back with another Philadelphia 76ers franchise mode video. Today we are here with the mid-season recap of the first half of the NBA season as we are now in the All-Star break. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So to get this mid-season report started, we are going to look at stats for the Philadelphia 76ers players. So without further ado, let's get right into this. First off, Joel Embiid. 21.7 minutes per game, 16.6 points per game throughout the whole season. Field goals made is basically 7 field goals made on average a game. Ben Simmons, 7.3 points per game on average. JJ Redick with 6.5 points per game. Markelle Fultz, 6 points per game. On average, it's 5.3 field goal attempts on average, with 2.4 on average made for Markelle Fultz. Trevor Booker, 3.3 points per game for Trevor Book. Dario Saric, 3.1 points per game. Robert Covington, 2.2 points per game. TJ McConnell, 2.1 points per game. It basically goes down on and on. Jared Bayless, 1.7 points per game, and then rounding out your field here is Richaun Holmes with 1.1 points per game. Let's see if there's any other stats here. Let's go with steals. Average steals on the season, the most, 0.9 from Robert Covington. Right behind him is Markelle Fultz. Turnovers on the season, Joel Embiid with the most at 1.2 turnovers on the season. Same with Markelle Fultz right behind him with 1 turnover on the season average. Assists on the season, 3.7 would be Ben Simmons so far, and then right behind him, Markelle Fultz. Excuse me. Blocks per game, 2.5 average for Joel Embiid. Really crushing this stat. Ben Simmons right behind him with 0.4. And then steals. Yeah, we already did steals, so that would be pretty much it. Yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for the player stats here. There's nothing really else to look at. Maybe defensive rebounds here, 3.7 for Joel Embiid. But pretty all around for the 76ers, we've been pretty decent. Not the best, but we've been pretty decent so far at the beginning of the season as we are now in the All-Star break. After the All-Star break, we only have like 6 to 7 more games left in the season, so it's coming down to the end of the season. It's kind of a playoff push time after the All-Star break. So Joel Embiid is our top player on the team, basically. He's actually in the running for the MVP this year. Also Defensive Player of the Year, he's also in the running for that. Speaking of the award race, now let's look at the award races, alright? Coach of the Year, Tyronn Lue of the Cleveland Cavaliers with 16 wins, 6 losses, .727% win percentage on the season. Right now is at the top spot. He could possibly get it at the end of the season if he can keep it up with his team. Brett Brown, our coach, he is, let's see, he's 5th. He's 5th on this list. Actually, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, sorry, 6th on this list for Coach of the Year. MVP race, LeBron James. Right now at 17.8 points per game, 6.4 assists per game, and 5.4 rebounds per game is at the top spot. I did mention Joel Embiid. He did fall a little bit. He is 7th in the running for the MVP category. Now, looking at most improved player, Chris Dunn for the Chicago Bulls is up there at the top spot. 6.7 points per game, 2.2 points assists average, and 0.7 steals average per game. Dario Saric and Robert Covington will come in 4th and 5th on this list. Now looking at your Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert, 15.2 points average, 9.5 rebounds average, and 2.1 blocks average. Rudy Gobert for the Utah Jazz is on the top spot. Joel Embiid actually had this spot until a few weeks ago when Rudy Gobert took him over, but Joel Embiid right now is 2nd in that list. Looking at your Rookie of the Year this year, Lonzo Ball, 8.7 points per game, 7.7 assist point game, and 1.3 steals per game for the Los Angeles Lakers. Ben Simmons will come in 3rd, and then Markelle Fultz will come in 7th in that category. And then 6th Man of the Year running, De'Aaron, I don't know if I'm saying that right, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Fox from the Sacramento Kings is leading this bracket here. 5.4 points per game, 4.9 assists per game, and 1 steal per game. I don't think any 76ers are in this category. I think Robert Covington might have been in it earlier in the season, but he's not anymore. So we're not really in the running for that. Maybe possibly down this stretch we possibly can get in that running, but to be honest with you, I don't see that happening. Player of the month. Alright, Marcus Gasol, basically for the NBA Western Conference, November, December, January, he's your player of the month. Giannis for the NBA Eastern from the Milwaukee Bucks, he was your Eastern player of the month in November. December and January belongs to LeBron James. And then now let's look at your All-Star field for tomorrow's episode, which we will be live streaming that. We will have the Western NBA All-Stars taking on the Eastern NBA All-Stars in the All-Star game. So without further ado, let's look at your Eastern Conference All-Star team. Andre Drummond from the Detroit Pistons, center, made the All-Star team. Porzingis made the All-Star team from the New York Knicks. LeBron James from the Cavaliers. Victor Oladipo from the Pacers. Dragic from the Miami Heat. He was a very great player. He's actually a pretty good player for Miami Heat. I'll be honest with you, if I was the Sixers right now, I might even go after him because he lit us up in the game that we played against the Miami Heat. We still ultimately came out with the win against the Miami Heat, but he lit us up. Giannis right behind him with the Milwaukee Bucks. Joel Embiid, the only player for the 76ers making the All-Star trip to Los Angeles this year. Joel Embiid, our center from the 76ers, made the All-Star team. Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors. Then you got Kemba Walker from the Hornets. Nikolai, however you want to call that, from the Orlando Magic. Their center made it. Gordon Hayward, strong forward from the Boston Celtics. DeMar DeRozan from the Toronto Raptors. Kevin Love from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jabari Parker from the Milwaukee Bucks. And Nicholas Batum from the Charlotte Hornets. Now let's look at your Western Conference All-Star team. Marcus Gasol is your top spot there, the center. Right behind him, Blake Griffin, power forward for LA Clippers. Kevin Durant there, strong forward from the Golden State Warriors. James Harden from the Rockets. Damian Lillard from the Trail Blazers. Anthony Davis from the New Orleans Pelicans. Russell Westbrook from the OKC Thunder. Actually, that's going to be interesting seeing Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook back on a team in this All-Star game. That's All-Star weekend. It's going to be very interesting seeing that. Karl Anthony Towns, the center from Minnesota Timberwolves. DeMarcus Cousins, also from the New Orleans Pelicans. Leonard, I'm just going to say his last name. Leonard from the San Antonio Spurs. Draymond Green from the Golden State Warriors. Mike Conley from the Memphis Grizzlies. Paul George from the OKC Thunder. C.J. McCollum from the Trailblazers. He used to play college days at Lehigh. I'm actually pretty surprised. I can't say I'm surprised because he's been having a great year so far in his franchise mode. He's been having a heck of a year, so to see him in the All-Star team, that's pretty cool. Jimmy Butler will round out your All-Star field for the Western Conference from the Minnesota Timberwolves. But yeah, that's going to do it here, folks, for the mid-season stat kind of update, whatever you want to call it. But hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button for more 76 franchise here on GJG Sports. And I hope to see you guys next time, as tomorrow, mark this on your calendar, tomorrow we will be live streaming the NBA All-Star Game, Western Conference versus the Eastern Conference. So I hope to see you guys then.